everyone, Crow here, and this is a response to IntellivisionDude's Sports Game Tag. Now what he wanted us to do is to pick out one or two of our favorite sports games from every console we have. At least I believe that's the way I understand it. And I've got a lot of consoles, so I've picked out one or two of my favorites. And in some cases, I haven't played the games too much, so, you know, the ones that I've seen most more interesting. Now, there are some consoles that I don't have any sports games for. And, like, I don't think I have anything for, like, Game Boy Advance. I don't have any sports games for that. I don't have any sports games for the Nintendo DS. So I'm going to be skipping those. I just remembered two more I have to pull out because I wasn't even thinking about the PSP at the time I was pulling games out. So, yes, I should have everything here right now. Also, one of the rules I'm going to stipulate on myself is no racing games for me, anyway. Racing games, to me, are kind of a gray area, whether or not they're sports or not. Sure, if you think about, like, Gran Turismo 5, you can consider that a sports game. But there's no way I would consider Mario Kart to be a sports game. Also, the other reason is that when I catalog games, if it's a racing game, I don't put a sports tag on it. I put sports tags on football, baseball, hockey, and, boxing, bowling, golf, those type of games. But for racing games like Gran Turismo 5, I usually put a racing tag. Now there is one exception in this pile, and I'll explain why I included it at the end. But to begin with, let's just start with the handheld systems. So I think I have one of each of these. For the original Game Boy, I gotta go with, almost dropped it here, Tennis. It's a pretty damn fun game right there. Game Boy Color, gotta go with, even though I haven't played it all that much, NFL Blitz for the Game Boy Color. For the Lynx, gotta go with Tournament Cyberball, just because it's the only sports game I have. This is a football game with the robots on the field. Pretty interesting. And if you can consider Virtual Boy to be a handheld or not, I'm just going to bring it out here. Mario's Tennis for the Virtual Boy. Damn good game. I do have a couple other sports games for the... There's Virtual League... Virtual League Baseball, but and then there's golf, and that's so... There's also another sports game, and I don't have it. The bowling one, Nestor's Funky Bowling. I'm gonna pick that up if I get a chance to. If I see it in the wild for a good price, I'm gonna pick that up. But I haven't seen it since then. While we're doing handhelds, I might as well do the PSP, even though it's light years ahead of those systems. And at the same time, might as well do Open Golf, Hot Shots Golf Open T, and Hot Shots Golf Open T2. Really fun games. They're pretty much similar to each other. There's not really much improvement from this one to this one, but they let you modify your characters. You choose your character, and then you can modify them in such a way that you couldn't even recognize them anymore. I used to play somebody against both of these titles, through the ad hoc. It was damn fun. And I think you could play online with OpenT2, but I've never done that for some reason. So, let's move on, starting with some older systems here. For the Bally Videocade, or the Astrocade, or the Bally Home Computer System, or whatever it's called, got Bally Pin, which is bowling. I played this just a little bit. I can't even remember too much about it, but it's one of the few sports games I have for the Astrocade. The other one is like football, and that's so complicated. I can't even... I don't really understand how that's played. For the Fairchild Channel F, also bowling. Again, another title I haven't played too much about, but it's head and shoulders above baseball. Remember that. And of course, for the Arcadia 2001, 3D bowling. How about that? 3D bowling. Not bad, but it's also, again, the only sports game I have for the Arcadia 2001. And for the Odyssey 2, computer golf. Now this game moves kind of slowly, but it's vastly superior to any of the other sports games on there that I've played, at least. Some of them don't even resemble sports games. You know, I know that I'm kind of cheating here, and some of these don't resemble sports games, but really the other sports games on the Odyssey I did not find very fun at all. But computer golf kind of plays, if you're wondering what this plays like, it plays a lot like golf on the Atari 2600, just way slower. So let's see, we got another pile here. Actually, let's do these here first. I have for the Atari computer systems, I got Hardball. I used to play this on the Commodore 64, and it's pretty much exactly the same game here. Not too bad at all. Not bad at all for its time. And I'm going to throw in a game I don't have. I don't have any sports games at the time, right now, for the Commodore 64, but back in the day, 4th and Inches was the game. We used to play that all the time on my computer. Yeah, 4th and Inches. You could edit your own teams and stuff. That was awesome. For the ColecoVision, these are games I really haven't played on the ColecoVision, mainly because they are sports titles. But I have popped them in and played them a little bit. They're the only 2 sports games I have, really. Super Action Baseball and Super Action Boxing, Rocky Super Action Boxing, whatever. They just had to throw Rocky on there, I guess. Let's moving on to the Atari. For the Atari 2600, gotta go with bowling again. I love this game. We used to play this all the time, seriously, with this steerable ball. And I haven't seen everybody's responses yet, but surprised I've seen picked this yet. Video Olympics. Is it Pong? Yes. Is it different variations of Pong? Yes, but they're all sports themed. You got basketball, volleyball, hockey, you know, all those types of sports, Pong versionized in this great cartridge here. For up to 4 players even. For the Atari 5200, got a couple sports games here, but this one stood out when I played them. That's Real Sports Tennis. The reason this one stood out is because you actually use the keypad to determine where you want to hit the ball. Now, it kind of gets uncomfortable, you know, hitting the keys determine where you want to hit the ball in addition to hitting the buttons. But it kind of works, and I really kind of like that. Made it a little bit more fun, I think. Next, for a 7800, I've seen this one pop up more than once. That is one-on-one basketball. I think that's Dr. J and Larry Bird. I played this one a little bit on the 7800, but I really played it a lot on the Commodore 64 back in the day. Really fun game. And it was really entertaining when you would break the backboard and the janitor would come out and grumble at you. And it was also entertaining whenever it would just randomly show you an instant replay. I thought that was pretty funny. And also the other 7800 game, not only is this the best sports game on the 7800, but it's also the best game on the 7800. That is Ninja Golf. Haha, yes, Ninja Golf. That game is awesome. Part golf game, part ninja action side-scroller. Awesome game. I mean, it does have its bugs, but it's still an awesome game. Let's see, where should I move on to next? Got a couple, let's do Intellivision here. You know, I got to go with skiing just because it's a simple, you know, game. Just skiing downhill. It is a sport. It's in the Olympics. And also PGA golf. I used to play this one a lot, so that's why it's up in there. There are other sports games I have for the Intellivision, but I really haven't played them all that much. I really haven't played the hockey one all that much. I played the baseball one. That would probably be my third choice. But yeah, we'll just move on from there. Let's see, where do I want to go from here? Let's move on to, let's do some Nintendo games here. For the NES, gotta go with Tecmo Bowl. This is a classic. We always played this one back in the day. Fun, easy to pick up. Just 4 plays per player per play, or whatever. You know, you just defense. You're just trying to pick the offense play. Very easy game. Also, ice hockey. Now, this one is the #1 choice. This came out before Blades of Steel. I believe. I'm pretty sure it did. And everybody I knew had this game. We played this game all the time. I would always pick 2 regular guys and 2 fat guys. That was always my team. Moving on to Super Nintendo. This game we used to play all the time. 4 players even. NBA Jam TE. Excellent game. And this one has shown up more than once. Ken Griffey Jr.'s... What is it? Ken Griffey Jr. he prevents Major League Baseball. Presents Major League Baseball. I bought this way back when it came out on a whim, and I had a ball playing through a full season of this. Controls up until that point for a baseball game were always sort of confusing and complicated, but that just made it easy. Let's go with Sega Master System. I'm going to go with the only sports game that didn't really suck for me, and that is Walter Payton football. Don't really have too many memories about this game, but I gotta go with Walter Payton just because he was on the Bears, you know. And for the Genesis, got a twofer here. We got Mutant League football and Mutant League hockey. Can't go wrong with mutants playing sports. So yeah, we gotta go with those 2 for Genesis. Moving on to why not, the Sega CD. The only sports game I have on the Sega CD, NHL 94. What can I say? It's the only game I have, sports game for the Sega CD I have. And for the Sega Saturn, again, well, actually I have 3 sports games for the Saturn, but this one is head above heels the best. That is NBA Jam TE, just like the Super Nintendo version, only on the Saturn. Where to go to next? Let's do this TurboGrafx 16 game. I really don't have that many TurboGrafx 16 sports games. In fact, I think this is the only one I have, and that is TV Sports Football. I played it for a little bit. It's not too bad. Certainly can be better, but it's the only one I have. So, there. Let's go with... Oh, actually, let's do the Neo Geo ones. We got to do League Bowling. Awesome game. I seeked this one out personally on eBay. I had to have this one. So, picked up League of Bowling. And also, this game blows me away. I love this game. And that is Baseball Stars 2. Excellent game. Just look at the graphics on it. The back of the box. It really makes you want to play the game. It's like larger-than-life baseball. I can't beat it. Well, can you beat it? Who knows, you know. Moving on. Let's go with, why not, this one CDI title I haven't really played. ABC Sports presents the Palm Springs Open. I'm just going to go with it because it's golf. I really haven't played this yet. Really haven't had my CDI hooked up much at all, but I have a couple other sports games. I think I have the Caesars World Boxing, but this one seems the most interesting to me, so I'm going to go with that one. Let's go with Jaguar. Brutal Sports Football. I played this one a little bit, but it really reminds me of an IBM PC game I played way back when called Graveyardage, and that's why I got to go with that one. It's just hilarious. I think there's like landmines on the field, a lot like Mutant League football, but with like Viking characters, sort of. For the 32X, I've got 2 sports games I really haven't played that much at all, so I'll just throw them in there together. We got Golf Magazine presents 32 Great Holes, featuring Fred Couples. Wow, I could have played the whole round of golf in the time it takes to say the name of that game. And also NFL Quarterback Club, which I don't remember being too terribly great. Nintendo 64, gotta go with NFL Blitz 2001. Great football game, arcade action right there. And Mario Tennis, Tennessee action. Very good, Tennessee action, whatever that means. For 3DO, again, 2 games I've barely played, but they're not too bad. Both of them are golf games. We got Wicked 18 and Waialae Country Club. I don't even know how to say that. But yeah, I remember playing these way back in demos and like Best Buy and stuff, and it just kind of blew me away to see the digitized graphics interacting with the game. So I got to go with those two. Both of them are pretty much the same. They're both true golf classics. Let's do some PlayStation games. We got 10-Pin Alley, which is actually bowling. When this game came out, it's a bowling game that kind of blew my mind with the physics of it. It was the first bowling game I've seen with as realistic as I've seen physics in it. So I got to go with 10-Pin Alley. And also, Hot Shots Golf 2. Why did I go with Hot Shots Golf 2 and not Hot Shots Golf 1? Because it's slightly better. That's the only reason. Okay, moving on to the Dreamcast. I got to go with, again, NFL Blitz 2001. Excellent arcadey football game there. And Virtual Tennis. Not a bad tennis game at all. Pretty realistic. Moving on to the PlayStation 2, gotta go with Hot Shots Golf 3 and Hot Shots Golf 4. Now, IntellivisionDude said he preferred 3 over 4, but I gotta say I prefer 4 over 3. The graphics are a little bit better. I think there was a wider variety in courses. I think there were more courses, but the main reason I gotta go with it is because that was the only game I played online through the PlayStation Network. You could play 16 people at once, but the way it worked was you'd log in, you'd play your hole at the same time everybody else was playing the hole. Everybody had the same time limit. When you finished the hole, you went to the lobby and saw how you rank with everybody else, and you saw everybody else coming in. So it was pretty fun. Kept it straightforward, and simple. For the Xbox, I only chose one game, and it's because it's really the only sports game I really played on the Xbox, and that's Outlaw Golf. Pretty over-the-top golf game. I know there's an Outlaw Golf 2, but I just don't have it, and I've never played it. Pile's getting pretty high. For the GameCube, I chose only one game again. That's Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Kind of reminded me of Hot Shots Golf, but with Mario characters and Mario-themed holes, which was actually really good. And I think this game actually could link up with Mario Golf Advance for the Game Boy Advance, and I think I did that. Pretty interesting. Okay, let's move on to the Wii. For the Wii, gotta go with the Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resorts. Actually, because of the bowling. The bowling, I think, is still the best game on here. It's the game we played the most. But I gotta include this one, too, because it has tennis, and this one doesn't have tennis. So the archery was pretty good in this one, too. So, yeah, I gotta go with those two. For the PS3, again, Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds. Now, I'm kind of disappointed a little bit in this game. It's not a bad game, but with single player, it tried to introduce this advanced shot technique, and I really liked the old style three-point click. Most of the time, you could choose the three-point click, but there are certain events where you're forced to use the advanced shot. The other thing was that you're stuck with the characters they give you. You can't really alter them that much as you could in the PSP version. So there's that. And then we got to go with NBA Jam, and really these are the only two sports games I have for the PS3. Kind of a little bit disappointed in this one. The graphics and everything are awesome. What I'm disappointed in is the control. They actually made this a little bit more complicated than the original version, and for that I really I like it. It's just not as much fun as the original. Finally, for the Xbox 360, the only sports-related title I have. I don't really consider it a sports title. It is a racing game. That's Forza Motorsport 3. Why did I include it? Well, look, it says sport in the title, motorsport. So that's the only reason I'm including that. Racing, is it a sport? That's subject for debate. A lot of people seem to agree that it is a sport. I don't mark this as a sport genre game. I mark this as racing, or maybe even driving. But I'm just going to include it because it's the only game I can pick for the Xbox 360. That took a long time. I knew it was going to take a long time because I've got a lot of systems. and I've got a lot of sports games. So, yeah, thanks Intellivision Dude for doing this. I'm probably going to upload this tomorrow afternoon sometime because it's going to take a lot of time to upload, seeing as how this is a 20-plus minute video. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Your guns are useless, but scare the crap out of me anyway.